You've stopped at this video because drift is stealing your life. I want to talk to you today because drift is stealing so many people's lives. The ability to stay focused, to stay in alignment, to stay on track is difficult. It's not difficult because you don't have vision. It's difficult because you have the normal life. You're just living a normal life. You have family, you have kids, you have a husband, you have a wife, you have a dog, you have a cat, you have things that are going on. You have to take care of things. There's emergencies, there's phone calls, there's emails, there's text messages, there's all kinds of things that will get your attention. There's playing, there's working. And can I tell you, the thing that happens to us is when we go into drift, the drift is a product of just being a normal person, just living in the normal circumstances of life, just dealing with things that are common to everyone. And if you realize that you can actually stop being normal, stop being regular, and live the life that you've always dreamt of, because that life that you're dreaming of doesn't come to someone who's trying to live a normal life. I know you're thinking about the white picket fence and the 2-car garage and all that. Well, maybe more if you're talking to the right people, which I'm talking to those that want to bust through barriers and go to the next level. But this is the key. You have to stop drifting. You can't drift through life. You can't allow drifting in any form to happen. Every move has to be intentional. Now, let me tell you the secret. You're going to drift. It's a natural current of life. Now, let me give you an example. We used to live in Southern California. Now we live in Seattle, Washington. We lived in Southern California. We went to the beach all the time. When we take our children to the beach, when they're little, they would play in the water. We'd put our towel there. We put all of our goods there, and we say, okay, go get in the water, kids. And next thing you know, we look up, and they're down the road here. They're down the water a little bit, down the shore. And we're like, come back over here. Come back over here. We have to wave them back down to the place where they were supposed to be, where they went in. And I want you to know what happens is when you're playing and when you're living and when you're doing regular day life things, what happens is that the current of life starts to take you further and further away from the point that you went in. When they got in the water, we said, pay attention. We're right here. Don't go far from here. Keep your eye on us. Keep your eye on us. Well, what did they do? They got busy in the waves. They were riding waves. Every time they rode a wave on a little boogie board, it took them a little bit further down. And then they would just jump on the next one. And this is what happens. You have a circumstance, you have a crisis, you have a normal business meeting, and then another business meeting, and then another business meeting. And after a while, you're just doing things without realizing those things that you're doing may not be bringing you back into the aligned focus that you want to have. And if you keep a focal point, if you keep a place, a reference of visual reference or an emotional reference or a spiritual reference that says, I must make sure that I stay here because this is close to where I want to go. If you wander off so you're going to have to work in an abnormal way. You can't be normal. You have to be a super mom or super husband or super dad. You're going to have to balance that and this. If you're pioneering a business, if you're starting a business, you're starting from scratch and you have a job and that business is starting off as your side hustle, you got to be Clark Kent in one and you got to be Superman in the other. You're going to have to be someone who brings the extra. You're going to have to be someone who brings the extra energy to it. And what you're going to do is you're going to apply yourself. You're going to take a lot of force to get back to where you were drifting from. Catch yourself getting out of place. Catch yourself moving out of the right position. And every time you catch yourself out of the right position, adjust. Make that necessary adjustment. In school, they probably would have called me ADHD or ADD. I'm a person who needs a lot of change. We need a lot of activity. I need a lot of attention. I need a lot. I'm not like high. I need you to look at me. I'm not that kind of attention, but I'm talking about I need to pay attention to a lot of things. I need to have my hands in stuff. So I realized that for me, my best schedule to keep me focused, to keep me from drifting is to do something different every day. So I don't do the same thing every day. On Mondays, my schedule is very clear. My Monday is my family day. Tuesday is my coaching day. Wednesday is my staff day. I'm working with my staff. I'm working in the inner office, the organization. Thursday is my counseling or coaching, more coaching day. Friday is going to be my driving, some big writing. I'm going to get a lot of writing done and more of my study. And of course, there's some things that interweave throughout those courses of the day, but those are my focuses. I focus on those days. Now, what does that do? That keeps me from drifting. Every day I have something in my focus. It aligns me. I don't have to go and hustle and hustle and hustle hustle. I'm actually just focused. And when you build the schedule to the way you pay attention, don't build the schedule to the way someone else pays attention. You can get this, you can get up at 4 o'clock with Marky Mark, and you can do whatever he's doing at 4 o'clock and work out at 4 o'clock to 5 and do all that, and you be worn out because it's not your attention. You got to do what makes you work, what works with you, with success. I would love to do that, but I'm not that kind of person. I like to work out at night. I like to get my workout before I go to bed. It's weird. I like to work out late. And so when you know you like to work out at night, then you're going to wake up in the morning. You're not your best. I like to read in the morning. I like to study in the morning. I like to spend time with God in the morning. I like to do other things in the morning. So that's my thing. But what I like to do is on Mondays, spend time with my family. On Tuesdays, be in my coaching, connect with people that I'm working with. On Wednesdays, I like to be with my staff. And I build this system that works for me, for my attention, and it keeps me from drifting. Hopefully this has been key to you. I want to encourage you, find the system that works for you. You can copy someone else's system, but I'm telling you, if you find what works for you, it will keep you from drifting. It will lock you in and you'll anchor your life. I anchored my life because I knew I need to be busy about something. And if I'm not working on something consistently, then if I'm not working, I get bored. And so I need different things. If something's on the shelf, if something's not coming through, I have something else over here to work on. And I keep busy that way. If you aren't that kind of person, then you have to find your rhythm. And when you find your rhythm, then you will anchor your soul and you'll anchor your life and you'll keep from drifting. No more drifting. Go ahead and pedal yourself back into the place. It takes a lot of energy to get back in position. But once you're in position, build the system that works for you. If you like this video, I want to encourage you, go ahead and check out some of the other videos. I'm making them consistently for you. I want you to go to your next level. I want you to break through all your barriers, and I want you to live the best life that you can live. Now, there's a way to subscribe. Just check it out right there on the screen. And then there's a way to check out the next video. I think the video on focus, on single-minded focus, is good for you. This continues on this conversation and this topic. So if you enjoyed this, go ahead and watch, push that video, push that button right there and watch Single-Minded Focus. We'll see you next time.